Hey guys, first of all, I'd like to apologise for my last video, but a lack of sleep, a lot of caffeine and a weirdly good mood, a really good mood, that will do some crazy shit to a man. Kind of like when people don't indicate because you're a dick. But yeah, sorry about that, but I do actually have an actual subject for this one, and that's riding with music. I know most people think it's a really bad idea, and to be honest, in a way they're right. I mean, it is illegal to have headphones in while riding a motorcycle, but it is not illegal to buy a Bluetooth speaker system for your bike helmet. So these people that say, oh, you shouldn't listen to music, it's illegal, it is if you're using headphones. But what I've done is I've got a K-Berg helmet, and K-Berg have actually designed their helmets to have room for their speaker system, which is a K-Berg Just Speak S is the one I use. But the helmets are designed so they've got room behind the cheek pads for you to put the speakers in. And they've actually got a little cutout in front of your mouth where the microphone will sit. Now I've got that mainly so I can answer the phone while I'm riding, because all I need to do is say hello when my phone's ringing and it would answer the call for me. But the other reason I got it is because I ride up to Lincoln quite a lot. And that's a 2-hour journey up the A1, which can be very boring. So having a bit of music playing is really good, because it takes your mind off of the dullness of the journey. And I think that is the perfect time to use a headset for listening to music. The worst time to be listening to music on a bike is through very heavy traffic. Because if you're really enjoying the song, you're singing along, I do it a lot. You're singing along, you're bobbing your head a little, you're not paying full attention to the road. That's when things go wrong. So if you do want to listen to music while riding, first of all, you're meant to wait for me to actually go past the car before you go past it. Anyway, yeah, if you want to listen to music, go for it. But don't use headphones, because if you get pulled over by the police and you're wearing headphones, they will screw you over. I don't know the exact penalty or anything, but I'm guessing it will either be a fine or points on your licence, or both. To be honest, I'm not sure. But buy a Bluetooth system, fit it inside your helmet. I'd highly recommend K-Berg helmets and K-Berg Bluetooth systems, because from my experience, they're brilliant. I've had this helmet for just over a year now. No, I haven't. I've had it for just under a year. It's comfortable, it's lightweight, and it's a flip up, which means that when it's in the summer, when it's really warm, I can open up the chin bit, have some nice cool air hitting my face. But again, only do that when you're going slow speeds, because you don't want to come off with your face fully exposed at 70 miles an hour, because you won't have a face by the end of that, which is why I will never use an open face helmet ever. I've seen pictures of what that shit does to you. I don't want to go through that. But anyway, back to point. Yeah, I'd highly recommend these helmets and their Bluetooth systems. When you're listening to music and riding a bike, it can make a boring journey a little more enjoyable, but sometimes, very rarely, the song will line up perfectly to what you're doing. I mean, there's been a few times I've been going down these lovely little country roads. In fact, I'm going to give you one example. There's a song called I Love This Road. I can't remember who it's by, but give that a listen, and when you're going down this lovely little country lane and that song just comes on, everything lines up. It's perfect. I mean, on a really nice summer day going down some winding country roads, that's already a brilliant ride. But when your music starts to line up perfectly with it, it's about 10 times better. And no, I'm not going to work, I'm just going to shop because I realised you can't have Jack and Coke without Coke. And no, I'm not planning on daytime drinking. My life hasn't hit that point yet. Well, I just learned, if you work in a supermarket and you need to go to a supermarket to get some stuff, go to one where you don't work. I spent more time stood in there talking to people than I did buying anything. Because I've been working nights for the last week, I haven't seen anyone I normally work with, so as I was walking around, they kept spotting me and ended up stopping for a chat with all of them. It took fucking ages. Good to see him again though. Yeah, what was I saying before? Oh yeah, songs lining up perfectly to riding. It happens very rarely, but when it does, it's brilliant. In fact, I've got a list. I've got an actual playlist on Spotify, which I only listen to when I'm riding. It's got perfect riding songs on. I will say one obvious one: "Bat Out of Hell." Another one, there's a "Girls, Girls, Girls" by Motley Crue. Most country songs, like quite a lot of that sort of music, works. Especially if you're going down little country lanes. Mainly what I'm saying is when all these people are, oh no, you can't listen to music while you're riding, it's really unsafe. It depends what situation you're in. Like I've said, if you're going, like, riding here and now, this would be a bad time to be listening to your music while you're riding. But something like a journey up the A1 is actually a fairly good time to listen to music, because like with me going up to Lincoln, it's a 2-hour journey up a motorway. At that point I get really bored and lose concentration, but if I've got music playing, it keeps me focusing, really. Although there is one downside with having that sort of Bluetooth system and being a motovlogger. You've got 2 microphones in your helmet all the time, and I have tried to connect the camera to the Bluetooth mic, and it just doesn't. So I've got the microphone for the Bluetooth system on the left, and the microphone for the camera to the right. It just does get a bit annoying because instead of being careful of moving one microphone when you're taking the helmet off and putting it on, you've got to make sure you're not moving 2 of them. Okay, no warning. Just cut across the lane, because that was safe. So again, that's when you don't want to have music playing, because you wouldn't be concentrating. Because that car didn't indicate or anything, they just cut into my lane to go around the car. If I had music on at that point, I might have been distracted and not seen them starting to move into my lane, which could have ended badly. Also, it depends on what time of day it is as well. Like, rush hour traffic when everyone's going to and from work, do not listen to music at that point, because it's busy and everyone is in a rush. Late at night, really early in the morning, it's still dark, you need to concentrate even more. Don't listen to music then. It's around midday, early afternoon. That's like the least stressful time to be riding. I would just like to say, I'm sorry if this vlog isn't brilliant, but I'm recording this on the same day as I'm uploading the Mental Biker, and I haven't slept since yesterday. And when I say yesterday, I don't mean I went to sleep yesterday. I mean, I've now been awake around 24 hours, give or take. But my problem is, my body clock is so screwed up, I don't know when I'm meant to be awake anymore. Anyway, I'll end it here, because I'm actually forgetting what I was going to say, and what I've already said. It's just confusing me. So right, cheers for watching. Again, check out my Instagram, my Twitter, download the Rev, find me on that, check my profile out there, and I'll catch you all next time.